Houston should not exist. A waterlogged, flood-prone stretch of coastal flatland sitting 50 miles inland from the Gulf, lacking any real natural port. Yet in 1836, two entrepreneurial brothers recognized potential where everyone else saw problems. Through AI reconstruction of period photographs and lithographs, we're witnessing Houston's evolution from a muddy settlement on the frontier into the petroleum capital of America. If watching history resurrect itself appeals to you, click that subscribe button. Let's explore how Houston overcame geography, market forces, and the challenges of its own rapid expansion. Take a look at Main Street just 1 year following the Civil War's conclusion. Those brick storefronts with their decorative arched windows are attempting to project refinement, but the dirt road and that solitary cow strolling past reveal the truth. This remains a frontier settlement. Inside these structures operate cotton brokers, businessmen, and dealers, resuming operations interrupted by wartime. Houston emerged from the fighting largely undamaged since federal troops never penetrated this deep into Texas. Now the city stands ready to exploit that advantage. Texas cotton requires transportation, and Houston occupies the ideal position linking plantation country with coastal shipping. Houston extends across the Texas grasslands in an orderly grid system. But examine what's actually unfolding here. Those railway tracks slicing through town represent far more than mere transit infrastructure. They're Houston's destiny being forged in steel. The city has established itself as the premier railroad crossroads, with lines extending outward like the spokes of a giant wheel. Buffalo Bayou winds along the southern perimeter, the waterway that launched everything back in 1836. But railways now dictate the city's direction. Cotton storage facilities border the tracks, timber yards rise high, and merchants prosper moving merchandise between Gulf ports and Texas interior. This grid layout you're viewing isn't random. Houston's original developers anticipated expansion, establishing blocks capable of extending endlessly across the level coastal territory, and they're rapidly filling with development. White Oak Bayou buzzes with commerce as paddle wheelers tie up beside the railway crossing. This single scene captures Houston's transportation transformation. The city isn't picking winners between waterways and railways. It's exploiting both systems. Steamships transport freight upriver from Galveston and Gulf ports. Then locomotives assume responsibility for the inland haul. That railroad trestle spanning the bayou isn't merely crossing a stream. It's linking Houston to every region of Texas. The storage buildings lining the waterfront overflow with cotton, timber, and factory products. Houston's strategy of becoming the essential middleman is generating massive profits. Electric trolleys glide along Main Street past 2-story and 3-story business blocks filled with retail shops and professional offices. This is Houston's business district operating at full capacity. The overhead cables energizing those streetcars represent advanced technology for the 1890s. Foot traffic fills the wooden boardwalks as people move between general stores, financial institutions, and drinking establishments. The structures might appear unremarkable compared to future construction, but they're impressive for this period. Constructed for durability and constructed for profit. Houston's population has reached 27,000, and the city keeps expanding outward block after block, tracking those trolley routes into former prairie land. This impressive structure, with its central dome and ornate exterior, embodies Houston's Gilded Age aspirations. The combination of motorcars and horse-drawn vehicles on the roadway illustrates a city caught between eras where traditional and modern coexist simultaneously. The architectural grandeur indicates oil revenues are beginning to pour into the downtown district, financing buildings that could compete with structures in New York or Chicago. Houston aims to demonstrate it deserves recognition among America's premier cities, and it's constructing accordingly. The crowd assembled outside indicates this is a significant location, perhaps a financial institution or entertainment venue, somewhere Houston's citizens gather to participate in civic life. Allen's Landing, Houston's birthplace in 1836, now thrives with industrial power. The concrete span crossing Buffalo Bayou symbolizes advancement. But observe the surrounding landscape. Storage facilities, manufacturing plants, industrial chimneys. This is Houston's working waterfront, operating at maximum capacity. Vessels navigate the bayou, delivering cargo from Galveston, while freight trains arrive from inland regions. The multiple-story structures along the banks contain cotton processing equipment, maritime offices, and commercial enterprises. This location, where the Allen brothers initially arrived and announced their intention to establish a major city, has fulfilled their vision exactly. A vital crossroads where maritime shipping meets rail transport meets business. Spindletop transforms the entire equation. When the Lucas Gusher erupts on January 10th near Beaumont, 90 miles east of Houston, it propels petroleum 150 feet skyward for 9 consecutive days. Those drilling towers you're seeing multiply like a dense forest, marking the most significant oil strike in American history. Spindletop generates more petroleum in 24 hours than all other global wells combined. Houston, strategically located between the drilling fields and coastal facilities, becomes the natural command center for this emerging sector. Wealth materializes overnight. The city that constructed itself on cotton commerce and railroad connections is preparing to become the petroleum headquarters of the planet. Cotton bundles extend to the horizon, piled high on freight cars, awaiting transport. This is Houston's economic foundation in tangible form. Each bundle represents Texas agricultural land, exhausting physical work, and the product that constructed this city. The industrial smokestacks visible in the distance belong to compression facilities, plants that compact bundles tighter so increased quantities fit onto each rail car and cargo ship. Houston processes more cotton than virtually any American city, and the evidence is everywhere. The rail yard operates continuously, managing loading and unloading operations, while traders negotiate values and financial destinies shift hands. King Cotton maintains dominance, and Houston serves as his throne. Houston's recently completed City Hall makes no apologies. Those elaborate corner towers, the Romanesque archways, the detailed stonework, this structure projects absolute confidence. The city's population has climbed to 78,000 and continues rising. Petroleum discovered at Spindletop in 1901 is beginning to transform the economy, but Houston isn't discarding its cotton foundation. It's layering oil wealth on top. Municipal leaders wanted a government headquarters matching their vision, something announcing to the nation that Houston has emerged as a significant American metropolis. The Victorian magnificence displayed here represents Houston proclaiming itself a major force. The military courtroom overflows with black servicemen from the 24th Infantry Regiment facing military prosecution. On August 23rd, following months of enduring Jim Crow degradation and police aggression, over 100 soldiers advanced into Houston armed and enraged. The confrontation resulted in 15 white deaths and 4 soldier casualties. Now comes judgment. This marks the largest homicide prosecution in United States history up to this moment. 19 soldiers will face execution. Scores more receive life imprisonment. Houston's accelerated expansion brought these servicemen to protect Camp Logan during the First World War. But the city's enforced racial separation and endemic violence created an explosive situation. The prosecution and hangings deliver a savage statement, but they cannot eliminate the conflicts fueling Houston's growth. Main Street has reached skyward. Those multiple-story commercial buildings flanking the street embody Houston's petroleum prosperity converted into concrete and steel. The motorcars jamming the pavement have supplanted the horses and carts from mere decades past. This is a contemporary American metropolis now, featuring retail emporiums, financial institutions, and commercial towers where petroleum corporations negotiate agreements. The Houston Ship Channel commenced operations in 1914, providing the city unobstructed access to the Gulf, and processing facilities are emerging along its shores. Houston isn't merely transporting petroleum anymore. It's processing it, warehousing it, and profiting from every barrel. The frontier settlement has vanished. Downtown Houston vanishes beneath murky floodwater. Buffalo Bayou and Braze Bayou surge beyond their banks, following relentless torrential precipitation, drowning 25 blocks of the commercial core under as much as 8 feet of water. Those contemporary office towers and retail establishments that symbolized Houston's petroleum prosperity now stand half submerged, their ground floors completely underwater. The streets have transformed into slow-moving rivers. 8 fatalities occur, thousands abandon their properties, and the financial devastation reaches into the millions. Businesses that survived wars and economic collapse now face destruction from rainfall. The city that mastered cotton and petroleum cannot master its own topography. Houston occupies a level coastal plain threaded with waterways, sitting barely 50 feet above sea level. And when intense rainfall arrives, the water has no escape route. The flat terrain that made development easy now becomes the city's greatest weakness. Water doesn't drain, it simply spreads outward across the urban landscape. This catastrophe demands action. City leaders realize they cannot simply rebuild and hope. Within months, municipal authorities established the Harris County Flood Control District, pledging to engineer solutions to nature's challenge. Houston will straighten waterways, eliminating curves that slow water flow. They'll construct retention facilities and detention basins to capture overflow. They'll widen channels, deepen bayous, and attempt to control the flooding that repeatedly threatens to reclaim the territory. If you're enjoying this historical journey, hit subscribe and comment below what other cities you would like us to regenerate in future episodes.